Welcome back to Theresthattarot. Welcome to this collective reading. We're going to do this one similarly to the last collective, which almost looked like a pick a card, but that's kind of what it's given this time too. I'm not time stamping it because the messages may connect. So we just gonna see. Okay. Hey Central. Hey Shay. Hey Miss Sassy. Hey Coffee Bean. Hey Nicole. Hey Ashley. Wonderful to see you all. Thank you for being here. Let me look. Before I even, let's see. It's like I want to tell you not to wait, but I also want to tell you not to overdo it. So do what you can, but do. You know what I mean? Like, don't, whatever it is that you're working on, trying to accomplish, step by step, yes, but do take a step, even if it's just one step every day. You will get there. If you take a step every day, you will get there. Even if it's not as quickly as you would like, it's not about speed, it's about progress. So take that how it resonates. You could be the elephant in the room. You could be the elephant in the room. It's something about your presence, your voice. Some of you may have like nice speaking voices, singing voices, voice acting work voices, something about your voice. Or it's like when you speak, you could be a parent, and it's like when you speak, everybody listens. It's something about that. That maybe that's what makes you the elephant in the room. And when you know how they say nobody wants to talk about the elephant in the room, right? So is that it too? It's like you're obviously the one who should probably speak up, or the one that people know have something good to say, or maybe you're the person in the room that tells the truth. Ooh, is that what that is? Because usually the elephant in the room is the truth. So is that you, collective? You could be like the popular loner where nobody really, I don't know, people could be jealous of you. You could experience a lot of jealousy with people. Um, because a lot of times people don't want to point out how well you're doing at something. Like you could notice, like, let's say if you were valedictorian, nobody really wanted to say, oh my God, there's the smartest person in the school or something like that. It's like people never, like you could be one of those, you could have been like an exceptional child, prodigy child. Doesn't even have to be to that level, but it's like something that you're good at. People never really wanted to recognize. Something like that. It doesn't mean that you should try to shrink yourself into something that you're not, because if you meant to stand out, then stand out. You might as well. You know those people who is like, you see them and you're like, I would have never thought to put, I wouldn't be bold enough to put on an outfit like that, or I would have never thought to put those colors together. And I do mean in a good way. It's like so outrageous that it's like, damn, you start like you could be a trendsetter. It's something like that. Isn't it always those people that end up being the stars? I'm getting like Freddie Mercury. Like if you've ever watched Bohemian Rhapsody, it's like from the whole movie, I was just glued. You know, from the beginning of the movie, on his original, like even from the beginning, his presentation was like, let's see what this is about. I was about to leave, but let me see what he about to do. So some of y'all have that type of presence. It's like you come in and you just take, you may even be kind of shy, but it's like once you walk in, because you notice like he came in and his cute little lip was like, the little overbite with the teeth and everything. And he got up there and started spinning around and twirl around and had the microphone cord and spinning around the mic stand. It was just like, I did not see any of that coming. I didn't know. I mean, I'm from the younger generation, so I didn't know a lot about Freddie Mercury before I watched that movie. But wow, I became obsessed after seeing his story. So some of y'all have that type of energy where it's like, baby, you're supposed to be a star. You're supposed to be something important. Like people come across you and you're very hard to forget. But you're gonna deal with both sides. You're gonna deal with the hate and you're going to deal with, for some of y'all, you may even deal with like people becoming obsessed with you. But it's just a part of it. It doesn't mean that you're not supposed to share your voice in whatever way that is meant for you, because your voice, even if it's not, yeah, it doesn't matter what field you work in. It's something about your voice. Things grow, things change when you speak. Things move and shift when you speak. When you sing, when you speak, when you, whatever this is, okay? It's like, I would say, I don't even want to say that. What I'm going to say is, you're always protected. And I feel like it's because you're speaking from a place that you're guided to speak from. So let's say, like, I was on a train coming back from one of my shows the other day, and the train was like hella crowded, and to the point where I was like, I don't even want to find my seat that was reserved on my ticket. I'm just gonna go to first class. And that's what I said to myself. I was like, I'm not fighting through all these people. I'm just gonna go sit in first class because it's empty. So I was just gonna go sit there, but child, in Germany, don't don't try these people about these seats. So I went to find the conductor, and she wasn't very far away. And I told her, I said, "Is it possible for me to upgrade my ticket?" And it wasn't like with an attitude or anything like that. It was just, I don't know. It was, I had confidently, consciously said, I'm going to sit in first class on the way home because who? And once I got to the girl, I just asked her, is it possible for me to pay for an upgrade on my ticket? And she said, oh, yeah, sure. You can go and sit in first class and I'll be there. And when she got there, she checked my ticket. She checked my ticket and she said, don't worry about it. And because I had said, I'm going to sit here, it just happened. How? I don't know. But it was the normally I would kind of go back and forth with things like that, like, oh, I don't want to get caught, or oh, well, I was just wondering if it would be okay. And I did not ask if it would be okay. I just said I need to upgrade my ticket because I'm not standing for 2 hours. I'm not gonna drag this big bag through the aisle and try to figure out where this seat is on the ticket. I'm gonna go sit where those empty seats are. That is what I said in my mind. So some of y'all, you don't realize like the power of the, what is it? Your word is your magic wand. That's what it's giving. That's what this is giving. And because I had already prayed before, because I've been doing this a lot, I had already prayed before for divine orchestration as I traveled. Yes, spoken into existence, blind. Exactly. And it wasn't like a from a place of desperation. Like I've really been exploring the science of manifestation. Like what not trying to mimic the energy of abundance or manifesting things into existence, but just aligning myself to that frequency, because everything is frequency. That's why it's like a lot of times people say it's not what you said, it's the way that. Okay. um but before, I had already asked for divine orchestration. I had already asked for divine timing. If I hadn't gotten on at that particular time or went to look for the conductor at that particular time, then I probably wouldn't have been in alignment for that first class seat. And it was quiet. And there was no body odor on that side of the train. It was just like, So are you going to let what other people think, what other people are doing, how other people are staying quiet when it's really bothering you to stay quiet? I'm not saying like be ridiculous, like, but this is a part of using your discernment. Discernment lets you know whether or not it's time to speak and when it's time to be quiet. Okay. And you have something unique about when you say something that moves things around. That's what I'm getting. Are you gonna let what people think stop you? Okay. He said Florence Scotian, read her complete works if you're interested in manifest. Exactly. Check it out. Check it out. It really changed my life. I found it in 2020, and it wasn't nothing else to do but read that book, and so I did. And I printed a lot of things out. I took notes. I put them on my wall. I reminded myself to say them. I learned them. I mean, we learn everything else. You stand up and you say the pledge in school. You learn the start your whatever your country anthem is. You learn, basic manners. Hello, thank you, yes, ma'am, no, sir. You might as well learn something that's gonna benefit you. You know what I'm saying? I've had people who are like, yeah, okay, I'll check it out. And I've had people who are like, bitch, I read this book and I got a house on the beach. I don't even know how it happened, but you know what I'm saying? So it's up to you what you decide to do with the information that comes to you, you know? And make sure that whatever you're putting your energy into and whoever you're putting your energy into is beneficial to you. I just said this to somebody before. I said it's not about using people. Do you know that most of the people in your life would not talk to you if they weren't benefiting in some way? You're supposed to be of benefit to people. You're supposed to be, and I'm not talking about being used and abused. I'm talking about like, man, I'm so glad I ran into you today. Like you just shifted my whole perspective on something without even trying. Or I'm so glad I didn't even think to call you, because it's not that I didn't think that you could help me with this thing, but you know how your mind just so crowded and you don't even realize all the resources that you need are in your network already. You didn't even know your auntie was a notary. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Um, you just never know. And if you don't open your mouth, if you don't use your voice, what they say, closed mouth don't get fed. So now I'm hearing, don't be so, what is it? Biblically bound that you're no earthly good. Is that the phrase? Something like that. I was kind of worried how I came off the other day. I don't know why I was saying all of this, but this may resonate with some of y'all. Because I was talking about like the type of man that I wanted in my life, or I was asked the type of man that I want in my life, and I said I want someone who is a very kind-hearted person that loves me like without judgment, that is just completely like wild about me. I want him to be God-centered. And I was very like adamant about that part. And I was like, because I have been shifting things around in my life so that God can be the center of my life. And I said, you know how you say stuff and you just like, that probably didn't come off right. But I was like, I'm not talking about a man that wants to drag me to church every Sunday. And I say that because my life is very not traditional. So Sundays could be in a different country sometimes. But anyway, I say all that to say is like I don't need to be a part of an organized group if it's not in alignment with God being the center of my life. And one thing don't always have to do with the other in that case. If that makes any sense, I hope that tracks. But that's what I meant by that. So some of y'all may be on this path too. It's like just because it is a building and where things are supposed to happen doesn't mean that the things that are happening there are for you necessarily. Maybe it's another church home, maybe it's another, you know, place where you can fellowship, where people are put God at the center of their life. Whatever it is, that's just my take, okay? But either way, you need to open your mouth because that's where your success is. People are already watching you, like waiting to see what you're going to do next. Okay. And even if, me even like backtracking and being like, dang, I don't know if that came off right, was another part of like not being true to yourself, because who cares how it comes off? I know what I'm talking about. And if you are curious enough to find out what I'm talking about, you're probably going to ask instead of judging me for that. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. There's something about you being open minded, discerning, but also no, yeah, and discerning enough to know when to speak and when to observe. Okay. For some of y'all, that's like free game when it comes to your particular success path. Okay. Anything else for this? No. All right, let's move on. You are very hard to pin down. You are very hard to pin down. I heard money moves quietly. Now, I don't know if you're the one with the money or you're studying money. Right now, you're studying, some of y'all could be studying how either people with money move or how money actually moves. Something about the science of money. Or you're like money. Like there's so many people that are trying to figure out how to get it and get more of it, and how to grow it, how to, so you're like money to people. It's like everybody wants some, not everybody knows how to get it, not everybody knows um how to manage it. Okay. But most people shape their entire life around the pursuit of it. Okay, what y'all got going on? Like people get a real thrill out of chasing you. Meanwhile, you seem to have the secret to it. But it's not what people think. It's really not what people think it is when it comes to like how you maintain, or because you could have a particular lifestyle that not many people know about, or you could just be comfortable where you are. And people may speculate and try to figure out, like, well, what is it? Or how is it that the collective seems to be doing this and that and doing well and blah blah blah. And whatever they are able to see. Maybe they're not able to see a lot. So there could be a lot of speculation about what you got going on. And it's going back to this God centered energy. Because some of y'all could have been very woman centered or man centered at some point, or friend centered or family centered at some point. But it's like, and some people may think that you're a workaholic, or it's like something about your availability. And really, if people could like see, you spend a lot of time locked into something. What is this that you're locked into? Because it seems to be bringing in a lot of money for you. Or if you was wondering when the money was coming, that's so crazy. I did all that shuffling just for the 10 of Pentacles to come out. It's different. I don't know, because it's like, what are you gonna do with this money? That is why people take you through 3 months of training when you get on a job. That's why it takes so long to become a doctor or become anything where you're gonna make a lot of money. Because what are you gonna do with this? And a lot of you are good stewards over a little. So you're going to be given a lot, because it's like you're being graded off the clock by the universe. And I feel like that's why having God at the center of your life is so important, because you are being graded off the clock, on and off the clock. And you seem to be very focused on what you're supposed to be doing. Doesn't mean that you're the smartest, or that you're better than everybody else, or that you're faster, or whatever. It's not about that. It's about you not even focused on how fast anyone else is going or how slow anyone else is going. You're focused on the task at hand. I love you too, Lionel. A lot of you may be taking time, like, to. I'm hearing something about breathing exercises. Some of y'all could be exercising, taking care of your health. Because a part of, like, having the right thing as the center of your life is focusing on your temple, it's focusing on what is going to actually create that type of life for yourself. Because the thing about it is, once you can find that strong center, once you build the foundation of the house, you can kind of do what you want from there. If you want it to be shaped like an octagon, then the foundation needs to look like that. If you want it, you know what I mean? If however you want it, as long as the foundation is there. And I feel like that is the thing. If that makes any sense, okay? You said the power of now is what you're practicing. I've been working out too, Lionel. I don't know if you saw it on your workout notifications. Hey, I can't stop. Y'all got some money coming in. How the Ace of Pentacles clarify the Ten of Pentacles? You got the secret, and people want to know what it is. Okay, and if I can't get it from you, it's like people want to stand next to you for free game. I don't know what this is, but I feel like whatever it is, you're having fun while it's happening. You're having fun while it's happening. I'm hearing whistle while you work. And you got somebody in the background that's like having a very hard time wanting to talk to you, they're realizing like something that's happening for you. Somebody could be trying, it's like you are manifesting this while someone is trying to manifest you. And that's why things are not growing for this person. Because what they should be focused on is something that they are afraid of. Something that has gone unaddressed for far too long. And a part of the way that you're able to like move forward and why you seem so a part of why you seem so elusive is your ability to move forward, to keep moving forward with life, because this person, that situation, not even your family or whatever trauma came from that, that's not the center of your life. Um, and I'm just gonna assume y'all on the same stuff I'm on since it's coming up in the reading. Y'all could be very like spiritual, okay? And you're learning what to center and what to decenter. And that's why you're so elusive. Because you're not trying to be elusive. You're just on some other shit. And you're noticing how much people are kind of synchronized in their movements once you kind of separate yourself from the algorithm. If that makes any sense. It's like you're on another, you switch the channel, and now people are trying to figure out, well, how'd you do that? How did what? Where you been? What is this? What is that? My number's the same. Same Instagram. Like everything's the same except for you. People are trying to figure out what's true about you. What are people trying to figure out if it's true? What are they trying to figure out? Something about a lover. Ooh. If you're in a relationship, if you've moved on to a new relationship, are you happy? Are you and such still together? Is there someone new? Has this slot been filled? People assume that you have the love of your life or that you'll meet the love of your life. Or that, you know what I mean? Like people don't really know what to believe, or if you ever will have that. Like, are they ever gonna see you pop out like officially with someone? Or they want to know what is the reason why you're not dealing with such and such, or you know what I'm saying? Like people really want to know, like, okay, did you reject them or did they reject you? Ooh, the answer is so simple, but people, it's like, nah, that's too simple. It has to be something else. And it's like, it's not. The real answer to that question is that sometimes things fail. I don't think it was a matter of, oh, I'm going to break up with this person before they break up with me. At least that's not what you was on. At least that's not what you was on. You saw something failing. The check engine light came on and you pulled it up to the lot. You had Django to check on it. And Django has said, it may be better for you to just get a new car. And so you said, well, let me check the budget. Do we have new car? It's like, yeah, new car is there, but I would actually feel more comfortable if this number were there. And so you went to manifesting. You didn't stop at, I don't really feel comfortable spending that amount of money right now. You didn't stop until you had the solution to the problem. And that's kind of how you think. It's not about, oh, well, I don't have new car money. Oh, well, I don't, and how that's going to work. And then you just keep connecting problems and connecting problems. No, you connect dots. Okay, well, technically I could buy a new car. However, dot, comma. God, what you think? I don't know. I mean, is it giving new cars? Is it giving leather seats, bucket seats, factory rims? You know what I mean? So it's like you always are consulting with the one that can actually help. Okay. And that's what happened. That's what happened here. You made an executive decision based on the facts, not how you felt or anything like that, because a part of that positive expectation is like when you know that God is with you, that power, that love that surpasses everything is with you. It's kind of hard to like really get down and like worry so much because it's always this underlining peace that you have about the situation. I'm talking about fucked up situations. And somehow you just have this peace that be like, why am I smiling right now? This shit is terrible. And it even makes you feel like a bad person for a split second. But it's because God's like, I got you. I got you. Don't even worry about it. You know? And if you know, you know. And if you think I'm crazy right now, you don't know. You know? And but this same energy that we're talking about is going to show you that too if you don't know. You know what I mean? And it's going to be something that's like the only way that shit worked out for me was if April was telling the truth about this God person. You know what I mean? So it's like, and they're not always the most comfortable situations in which you find out how the magnificence of this energy. But you'll never forget it. So what? Like a lot of people think you're elusive because baby, you at peace. You at peace. That's all that is. And when you're at peace and you know when to allow things to be ushered into your life or how to accept things that are being ushered into your life and how to accept when it's time for them to go. The Six of Swords, it's like she's walking over the knives. She could have been like, ooh, those are knives. But she was like, well, what if I turn them face down and just walk over them? It's perspective, you know what I mean? Because you can take something that seems bad, like a traffic jam, and be like, oh, I'm gonna be late. I just knew it. And you can just really fuck up the rest of your driving experience. And then get there and you are late. Yes, you are late. And you had a bad attitude the whole way there. So now some other shit not happen. And you probably called somebody and vented to them and shouldn't have told them your business. And you know what I'm saying? And now you've taken a problem and made it a real problem. Okay. Or you can be like, you know what? And this happened. Like I was going somewhere with a friend and we put the name of the venue in the GPS. And this is why I like this guy so much because this was really impressive to me. So anyway, put the wrong address. Well, we put the name of the venue in the GPS and we pulled up to that particular place and found out that there were two places with the same name in the same city. And I watched to see, because it was an hour, okay, that we drove, and then the right location was another 45 minutes away. He did not panic. He did not lose his cool. He was just like, oh, well, I got this other playlist, and by the time we finish this playlist, we'll be there. So let's go. And I was like, yes, that is where the blessings come in because you can't let the anger and the frustration and all of that. And is it easy? Does it come naturally to everybody? No. But what the hell has ever been easy? Like that's something that you have to practice because I'm sure at one point he may have been a hothead. But that night he wasn't. And it was very telling. Like it was very, that was probably one of the most impressive things I've seen on a man in a long time. You said the playlist I did, right? And he's a DJ, so it felt like we was in the car for 5 minutes or 3 days. But either way, it was like one of the best experiences I've had this year. Just like vibing to this playlist. So what? The way you handle things can shift your entire reality. And it ended up being a really great night. So it's all up to you. You said that would have made your eyelash. It did. I was like, okay. Did I hook up with the DJ? No. If you're asking me if he's cute, yes, he is. He said he's too fresh. He's an Aries. Ain't that crazy? But we be cool about shit. I'm not finna worry about shit, dog. That's just my whole MO. You said I should have. We do not. I'm not looking for hookups. I don't know. I don't know if I'm closed to the idea, but I really love natural progression. You know, like I like that you grew the wheat that you baked my bread with. I love that we grew these vegetables and now we're harvesting them and then we're going to cook them and then we're going to eat them. I like that kind of stuff. Good slow burn. And you get to know the person. You get to know, like, you don't react with anger. I love that. Probably means you're not abusive. Okay. You're not rushing me to the bedroom. I also love that. That probably means you're not a narcissist. A love bombing, short attention span, no vision having ass narcissist. A lot of you are changing. That's what it is. That's what it is. And it probably also means that you don't struggle with a lot of like addictive behavior as well. It probably means you're slow to making decisions when it comes to your money too. Ooh, we like that. We like that too. You know, kind of like how they watch you at business meetings to see if you like put salt and pepper on your food and pull hot sauce out and put it on your food before you taste it. Like people are watching you. People are watching you. So there's someone here. We're moving on to the third subject. Who wishes that they had treated you better? Because now the only thing you're focused on is the future version of yourself, like who you are now. But it's like, I feel like when you look at who you are now, you do see who you are becoming. And this person gave you enough time and space. Somebody could have thought you ran off with somebody else. But what this person gave you time and space to do is look at you. And when you looked, you saw, like, I don't know how far into the future, but not too far because you don't look too much older in your reflection. You actually look better. But you're seeing who you're becoming, and that's what this person gave you time and space to do, is to change. And that's worse than running off with somebody new, babes. That's much worse than running off. Like, becoming somebody new is worse than running off with somebody new if you are on the wrong end of that. Because that means you're probably never going to get back to this person who actually became someone better than running off and trying to be with someone better than you. And for all of that, they wish that they had treated you better. So how was they treating you? Mm. Like they were unhappy. This person was very selfish. This person broke your heart. This person probably thinks you're a psychopath. I'm not even kidding. Because it's like the way that you handled this, like you saw, yeah, it's like you watched this person break your heart. But right before they put this sword, because you see how they putting these swords through the heart, but she's sitting on the floor. Did you detach yourself before they broke your heart? Because what? Or did you realize it wasn't even your heart that they were attacking? And so you kind of removed yourself quietly from the situation without their knowledge. So it's like they stick the sword in the heart and it's not even your heart. What is going on here? Like, how is she detached? Justice in the reverse. How did you do this? Like, maybe that's what somebody's trying to figure out. The hell? You know how to shut your emotions off like a light switch. And it's not giving like mental health. The fact that you know how to do this, I'm telling you, if something's not supposed to happen, like, sorry, I'm not trying to preach at y'all, but that's a part of what's at the center. Because if what's at the center is stronger than every situation that you're ever going to face, then times out of 10, you're going to be moved right before some bullshit go down. And that's what this looks like. It's like you could have been 2, 3 steps ahead without even knowing it, just because you were in alignment with what with your assignment. You weren't trying to like out trick or outsmart or anything like that. Like you were literally demagnetized by spirit from a situation that only would have hurt you anyway. The Wheel of Fortune. And that's why it's important to have something that centers you, to have something that grounds you. It's not that you're heartless, it's that your life is full. Your priorities are straight. You know what I mean? You have things that no one can sway you away from. You always have something to go back to. And I'm not talking about attaching yourself to another person. Um because it's not people that are bringing you this Wheel of Fortune. It's not people that gave you this voice. It's not people that your power is coming from. That's what makes you so hard to pin down, because it ain't even human what these people are trying to figure out about you. You knew this person wasn't going to treat you right. Like, Spirit had already whispered that in your ear. It was obvious by the drain that you were feeling when you were dealing with this person, that they weren't treating you right. So you could have like naturally detached just because you was tired, boss, from dealing with this person. And some of y'all may have like some kind of self-care routine or like default that y'all go back to whenever you feel drained. This could be from a long week of work, from a toxic relationship, from toxic family, whatever it is. Like you have this default that you go back to. You could often probably get accused of being like an avoidant. But I don't think that's what it is. Like you could be the quiet person and it just really irks the shit out of people because people are annoyed by what they don't know. And I think you just accepted at this point in your life that somebody gonna be mad and it might as well not be you. Is that what we're getting to? Is that what we're getting to? Things are revealed to you because you shut the hell up and listen for answers. Is that what this is? And there's always someone that comes to your aid because that's how things are aligned for you. And it's not that people are not there for you and people are not like, I'm sure if you were to like do an acceptance speech, that there would be people that you would mention and that you would thank. But those are people who were aligned on your path for a very specific reason, time, you know, it's all a part of you staying centered. Every time that I prayed for divine orchestration before I left the house, I met people who were a part of that prayer. And every time that I tried to make something more out of those connections than what was intended, I got to my ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you're just supposed to take what you prayed for what it is and keep it moving. This could have been one of those things where it's like you tried to make more out of a connection than what it was actually meant to be. I say this sometimes because sometimes I say you got to be sure whether or not this is your partner or your client. I forgot exactly how I worded it, but something like that. Okay. Like, oh my God, such a vibe. We just connect. And it's like, yes, God put this person on your path so that you could get to the front of the line real quick. Not so you go out on a date with this person. And you know what I'm saying? Right. Are you a therapist? That's crazy if you are. Just because a person holds the door open for you doesn't mean that that's your husband. Okay. So let's see. What else about this person wishing they had treated you better? I think we'll go to an hour. Because they see how you treat yourself. Jeez. It's hard to compete with you. But it's not you. I mean, I'm not saying that you ain't the shit. But it's like when you have if this person would do what you was doing, then they could really see you the way that you see you. This is probably one of the first times in your life where you've looked at yourself and like felt proud for real about how things are unfolding in your life, and you should be. Maybe this is telling you to do this because you've come a lot further than maybe you even realize. But for a lot of you, I feel like you're already there. You're already looking at yourself and you're like, man, I'm cute. I don't know. What's that movie where he's like, I'm cute, I'm cute? Oh, that was Rudolph. Somebody said that last time in the comments. She thinks I'm cute. Like you could finally be giving yourself the props that this person certainly wasn't focused on. This is somebody who's realizing how much they haven't changed. They were focused on the money. And this is why I said earlier, why I was like, I don't need nobody that's dragging me to church every Sunday. Because look at this man standing here His eyes are on the coin, but the Bible is in his hand. And sometimes, and I'm not judging any religion, let me preface this with don't purposely take my words the wrong way, okay? But a lot of times people will stand there like with the Bible, but they're not there. They're not there for what is in that Bible, or they're, sometimes things can be misinterpreted. Me and my friends have been going through some Bible passages that people have often misinterpreted. So we've been kind of on that kick lately, but a lot of times people, it looks good for me to be at church every Sunday. I'm running for office. Okay. So the family has to show up too and shit like that. You never know why. And that's why I said, I don't need a building. I need a man who's God centered. And if we both find a place that aligns with us, then thank God that we found that place. If not, we can always come home to ourselves. And if we align with each other, then we come home to each other too. Okay? When two or more gather, that's just two. And see, right now, you looking at you because the two ain't showed up yet. If that makes any sense, okay? And you'll always, like I said, some people you're aligned with for a short amount of time, and some people, that's so crazy. Look at the song that's playing. Solitude is bliss. Some people are aligned for a short amount of time, just like I said. You carrying all these bags, and you trying to get to the door, and then some beautiful person just comes and I'll help you. Happened to me the other day. I had my bag, and I'm not one of them women that's like, oh, I got it. No, I'm not. Would you like to? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I did not want to carry this big ass bag. And we was going down the stairs, and this German guy was like, can I help you? I'm like, why, sure you can. Now, does that mean that me and him were supposed to go get Starbucks and do and do and do and like go have sex with each other? No. Now, does it happen that way sometimes where it's like I met the love of my life about to fall down the stairs, girl, and he came and saved me and boom, 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 boom. Sometimes. But you got to know, like when you have God in the center of your life, you kind of can figure that out pretty quickly, whether or not that was supposed to happen. Um, so let's see. Was he cute? Yes, he was cute. God knows I like nice things, even if it's temporary. I'm just playing. I'm joking. God also knows my sense of humor. I like entertainment, honey. We love entertainment around here. So is that it about the person that should have treated you better? Is that it? I guess there's more. What else about this person? Let's switch decks. What? A student on a protected order. Then he was asked to leave the following year. Huh? You know what? This person's like Dracula. I keep getting that since I did that Virgo reading. This person, there's a song called Dracula by Tame and Impala. Obsessed. Or Tame Impala. And I'm obsessed with it. I listen to it like every day. I get like real fixated on a particular song, and that is it. But anyway, in so many words, I hope, he said, in the end, I hope it's you and me. But basically, you have to stay in the dark if we're going to be together. You know, you have to stay in the shadows because I can't be in the light with you. In so many words. Okay. I think he said like run from the what's crazy is the music, the transitions in this song are so crazy that I be forgetting to listen to the words. But that is what I'm gathering from the lyrics. I will dissect those lyrics. Sometimes I get real into the energy of a song, and it really takes you on a journey. So shout out to Tame Impala because I am not easily impressed when it comes to music at all. So shout out to y'all. Not that my opinion should matter to you, but that is a very big compliment to your music. So anyway, I love that message though, because it's like, yeah, I'm a vampire. I'm not gonna be able to do regular shit with you. So that's kind of like what this person is like too, who wishes that they had treated you better. Maybe they can't. You know what I mean? Maybe that wasn't the plan. That's not a part of the. It's like if they're a vampire, that's the point, isn't it? Like eventually, I was going to take something from you that I can't give, or that I didn't plan. It's like this person did. They wondered how can you love someone like me? He said, in the darkness, I'll never leave you. But if you go over there in the light, I can't do nothing with that. You know? And it's like either I'm going to choose to, I guess, be a regular human, or I guess that's it. Or you gonna bring your ass over here like I told you to do. You know what I mean? It's something like that. The devil has fallen in love with you, I think is what this is. Run from the sun. They're like, why are you running toward the light? You know how they always say, don't run toward the light. There are a lot of people who have even gone, like, crossed over into the light, and they didn't want to bring their ass back here. Okay, so that ought to let you know something, right there. And this person is what's happening is, oof, the truth is hitting them. This person probably didn't even know they were a vampire. It's like they don't believe you. And this could just be like this person is like deeply in the matrix. Like they're like, nah, it couldn't be. I'm not the problem. I'm not. It's not me. But I go to church. What do you mean? Of course I'm. That's already checked off the list. I do it every Sunday. What do you mean? And it's like that's not what we're talking about. I don't know. That's not the point. It's just kind of checking it off of the list. I'm not saying that that's what this person is doing, but this person has like something about their mind that's like, well, if you want me to go to church with you, okay. But it's not like they're doing it because they want to have that connection. They just want you. So it's like the things that they would do to get you are inauthentic. Um, Now does that happen a lot? Of course, but I just don't think that's what you want. And so they're like, well, ooh, this person lacks something. It's something like vacant in this person that I think it scares you. And you feeling that Dracula energy with this person. It's like, you didn't really mean that, did you? What does this person want you? Like, what was the whole, what was the end goal here? Did not see that coming. The Ace of Cups and the Nine of Cups. This person's, I told you the devil fell in love with you. But then it came to a point where it's like, oh, but I forgot I was the devil. How are you going to love somebody like me? It's like good girl, bad boy, good good boy, bad girl, good boy, bad boy, whatever the gender. Okay, y'all are not from the same. Y'all are on opposing sides spiritually. Or they could be a criminal, or you know what I'm saying? You never know. Y'all, whatever it is, y'all are on opposing sides, and one of y'all got to cross over to be together. Period. But the crazy thing is, we can make, we can. This is what their intentions are pure for you. That's the crazy part. It's like you're the purest part of this person, because outside of all of this purity, somebody's thinking about freeing themselves because they're not seeing anything outside of you at this point. Even if they talking to people outside of you or dealing with people outside of you, they don't see nothing outside of you. So it's kind of like, well, if you got the recipe to success, then why am I staying in the dark? Like, what's the point in staying in the dark if you have the recipe and you not in the dark? So this person is like at a point of like wanting to let it happen at this point, but maybe not knowing how to go about it, but at least letting it happen instead of like resisting the changes. It's like this person's been running around trying to like cover up this shadow, but they're not seeing the point anymore in doing that. Damn, y'all out here changing lives? And you're not even doing anything. Didn't we say that earlier? It's like I didn't even it's something that's effortless the way that you're doing this. So a lot of okay, didn't I say that you were showing up as the Empress, and here's the Emperor now. Somebody's realizing what it's gonna take to get to be with you. To be your friend, to work with you, to be in a relationship with you, to marry you. There's no other choice but to change what it is that they're centering, or else they'll be in the dark and you'll be wherever the hell you're at, not there with them. Are they going to succeed? You'd be surprised at how this actually plays out. I feel like it's going to take some time for sure. But this person may surprise you and like really make some different choices in their life. But again, like I said, getting to the point where you're like learning what to center and what to decenter. She's not, I hope not. Y'all terrible. I didn't see that coming. I don't think y'all are going to see this coming either. That's the thing. It's like you can't always count people out because I I grew up one of my best friends in school was the biggest troublemaker in the school. And somehow he ended up turning his whole life around. Like nobody would have ever expected it to be him that would be more successful than the whole class. But it was indeed him. Not to say, oh, he was perfect at everything, but he turned out pretty good. Okay. Nice home, beautiful family, great career, um, all kind of stuff. So you never know. We're not gonna count people out. Now, do you need to be there holding this person's hand? No, they're not gonna do this shit. They're not going to perform if you're sitting there holding their hand. So, and this person had to go, this person that I'm talking about had to get his head knocked in order for him to get it together. So Just try to make sure ain't no trolling in the chat. You see me, Lionel. Okay. So let's move on. Is that it? Is that all this person has to say to you? Is that it for the person that wishes they had true? Okay, we're done with that. You could be taking a trip soon. We're gonna move on to the next part here. Wheel of Fortune. You could be taking, I don't, this could be a road trip for some of you. This could be a flight. This could be a boat. I don't know. I heard about that boat being stuck in the middle of the water right now. And we pray for those people who are out there. Are they still out there? But I say don't move in fear. Always divine orchestration. If you don't remember nothing else I tell you, ask for divine orchestration before you leave outside of your house every day, especially if you travel for a living. So let's see. Because some of y'all asked me, how is my trip going to go? However you said it was going to go. I was one, because Lionel, I didn't know. I wasn't sure because I hadn't been following it. But since you blocked them, then I trust your judgment. He said these make my day. This chat is great. I'm glad you are enjoying this. Did they come back? Are you on the road? Thank you for being here, Lionel. Funny, funny, funny. Some of y'all, a trip would be good for you, or there's a trip that's coming up that is going to be good for you. Be safe, Lionel. There could also be someone at a distance from you that wants to. They could be viewing you. I don't know. They could be watching your social media or something like that. You may have this. I don't know if you have this person blocked or you've been at a crossroad about this person. There could be something about a trip associated with the two of you because the Chariot card is coming out again. I don't know. Maybe this person wanted to travel with you, or there's a road that you considered going down with this person, but your intuition was telling you something. What was your intuition telling you? No. Either not to let your guard down with this person, you wouldn't be happy with the outcome. Some sort of misfortune would follow. This person is a distraction. Like something was really telling you, I don't know about this. And you didn't wait to have to find out what it was. Because I think I was telling y'all in a reading yesterday. I don't know if it was collective or one of the individual signs, but there was this girl who was doing a story time on how she found out that her husband was dating other men. And there were like 4,000 red flags, like the first 10 seconds into the video. Like by the time she actually got to the end of the video, it was like, you found out like 20 times that he was dating other guys before you like really was like, okay, he dating other guys. Baby, he's dating other guys. I don't know what to tell you. You know, it's like once you see footage, you don't need to see it in person after you've seen physical footage of something that is true. you know? So whatever this is, you didn't need physical, like I don't need to walk in on you to you know what I'm saying? To be like, oh well let me let you go because I'm not what you actually want. So let's not waste each other's time. I want you to be happy. Of course, I want myself to be happy as well. I'm sure it was very heartbreaking, and that's what denial will do. That's what denial will do, honey. Thank you, House of Cards. Don't make me smile. um, because you don't what you don't want to do is put yourself on hold. That's what this situation would have done, by the way. Like, because what your intuition was telling you about this person, because it doesn't have to be about like their sexual orientation, but it do probably have something to do with sexuality, like period. Like this person could be promiscuous, and that could be a death sentence. You know what I'm saying? Depending on like how this person is really moving, and then they're like, hey, let's go on a trip together or let's do this together or whatever together. And it's like that hesitation that you felt saved you a trip to the clinic, is what this looks like. And you don't need to physically see that it's a duck if you can hear it quacking. Bitch, it's not a dog. The dog doesn't sound like that. It's not a baby. If that's a baby, we need to get that baby to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't have to walk in on you with another man, or you know what I'm saying? I love you, Lionel. Can you see the ones that pop up that how is this? You couldn't see other beautiful things about her? What do you mean, reaction king? Or are you responding to somebody else? Are the messages being deleted or no? Reaction king is cool. we ain't gonna go too. We ain't gonna go too hard. Okay. I'm gonna stay out of the comments. Are y'all going off on echo right now? What were we talking about? This may not be about a road trip at all. It could be. For some of you, this is specifically about like someone asking you to go on a trip with them, but you could have picked up on in your spirit that they was a hoe, and you like, I mean, should I take? I mean, this hoe's at the beach already, so why take one with you? I don't know. And you may not even be looking for hoes. That's the thing. So it's like, what to do? What to do? What else about this road trip energy? Thank you, Reaction King. There's a trip you're gonna turn down, babes. And it's a part. Ooh. Did this already happen? Yeah, so there's a person that's popping up and there's a trip associated with this person. And you're turning it down because the Hierophant. This is what happens. And it doesn't mean that I don't even want to say that. It's like when you decenter and center, when you decenter the right things, and when you center the right things, God is always gonna show up and be like, I don't know if this is a good idea. I wouldn't open that door if I were you. I wouldn't go on that trip if I was you. I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that you're probably not going to make the mistake. It just means that we did show up. We did our part here. you know, and telling you, I don't know if that's a good idea. And these are things that are going to become a lot easier to you in the future. Like you're going to start paying attention to your triggers, paying attention to these things and walking away like before you even get involved. Like, you know what? I don't need dessert actually. You see this cake? It's like I don't need whatever this temptation is. I don't need a new person with the same characteristics as the last person. I don't need to go on a trip with a whore. There's something like that here too, because this person is a certified, bona fide bad boy, bad girl with a pocket full of money and a closet full of secrets. Okay, whoever this is temptation for sure. And I think you already know what that tastes like. And while it was fun, there are regrets. But you could have gotten out before it got real regretful with this person. So, why is this coming up for you? Oh, you're not even interested anymore. This could be something that may have been very tempting for you at one point, and it's like you're not even entertaining it at this point. Some of y'all have come a long way, is what I'm getting from this reading. Like you're really at peace. This person like narcissistic anyway. Is that it about the road trip person? I guess not. What else about this energy? Off with their heads. Some of y'all may have something to say to this individual. Are they trying to come back around to you? So yeah, this person could be. I just saw the judgment card peeking out. Ooh, you could find something out about this person's health. You could find something out about this person's health. They're like, no, 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 we have more information. This is why we didn't want you to go on that trip. This is why we didn't, you know what I'm saying? This is why strengthening your discernment and being strong enough to resist your carnal desires and shit like that. This is why this is a good thing. Okay? Because somebody was trying to offer you a whole lot of something that it's like, it started to feel like, it's like this person wanted you to be in the energy of, I don't even care about the red flags, I'm in love, you know, but they were trying to offer you a whole lot of something that is good, but it's like, why so much of it? I don't know why, if that makes any sense to you. It's like, oh, that's my favorite drink, but I don't need a gallon of it. You know, just one glass would be good. Or I really like that wine, but I'm not gonna drink the whole bottle tonight. Something like that. It's like too much of whatever this is. Oof, the Ten of Swords. Too much of whatever this is that this person was offering you. Child, fatality. I don't know. And be careful of any trying to. Ooh, this person could have even tried to offer you a drink. You never know what the hell people's intentions are, okay? How well do you know this person? Like, we're not taking trips with people that we don't know. Okay? Some of y'all may not have all that, oh, let's have our first date in Paris. That's not a first date, babe. That's a I know you like that date. Okay, that's a trip of people we know each other. Okay, don't be so easily impressed that you end up hoodwinked because this is just because it's a different. I don't know. Just be careful. Be careful with stuff like that. Okay. Be careful with that. I feel like I'm not trying to scare you. I'm not trying to scare you, but there's a reason why this is coming up so strong. Is that it when it comes to this trip energy? No. What else? You said, what if she comes for a date to Paris? Like y'all meet in Paris? Like, oh, well, I have a layover and you have a layover too? What else about this trip energy? Because some of y'all may be thinking about a trip. The other thing about it is, if it's not like so severe where it's like, oh, you're going to end up in the clinic and all of this other stuff, um, it's you're going to fall in love with somebody thinking you can't fall in love on vacation either. I just wouldn't recommend it. It's not a good. I mean, can you get to know people? Sure, but you're getting to know the vacation version of them. You don't know who this person is in their everyday life, right? And it's like what I'm seeing here is like you falling in love with someone on a trip, but the disappointment that you experience eventually with this person or like after the trip outweighs the initial falling in love process. So, I don't know. It's just given don't get your hopes up with this person, even if you do, you know, because they say it's harder to get over the people who you thought maybe you would have more with this person, or you two have like this unfinished story together. A lot of people can stay hung up on that when really God was trying to save you. And that's why y'all relationship didn't last. Because you don't know what was on the other side of that. And what was on the other side? The King of Wands, baby. A hoe. The King of Wands in the reverse. And a not so close relationship between you and this person. Or you would have been in a relationship with them and their ex, who they can't get past. You know what I mean? It's just. And why did I just get a notification that says men regret their divorces? Their divorces, life will never be the same. Oh my God. Y'all wouldn't even stay together. So this isn't saying don't go on vacation and talk to that guy or talk to that girl. This isn't saying that. It's saying like divine orchestration. Okay. You can go and have a good time and drink, you can smoke a little something and everything and still pray for divine orchestration and not end up regretting your trip, or you know what I'm saying? You can go on vacation and not come back and have to go to the clinic. You know what I mean? You can still have fun and not risk your life in unnecessary ways. It's something about this is not about taking the fun out of life or being overly religious or too spiritual and no earthly good and whatever. This is about balance, is what I'm seeing. It helps you to see things. Okay, pattern recognition, things like that. Is that it for this road trip energy? What else? Because some of y'all are like, well, should I even go on the trip? Yes. I said, well, what's the solution? Go alone. Go alone. I think this might be a solo journey, whether it's like an actual road trip, flight, or whatever, or if this is just like you going it alone right now. You're going to have more fun this way anyway. Is that it? And be at peace with the fact that this person isn't going with you or that a particular person isn't going with you, because there's so much that was unaddressed with this person anyway that would have pissed you off by the time you found out anyway, you know? And there would have been like a rebuilding that you would have had to do that would, we bypassing all of that by just going by ourselves. Okay. And instead of taking somebody with you that ain't right and building memories with them in this beautiful place with all of these lovely amenities, now you can go and actually post the trip and have a good time and not have to regret posting it because you went with this asshole. You know what I mean? It's like this is not something that you have to bury. You can be proud of what happened. Okay, because you didn't do it with the wrong person. Is that it? That's it. Chariot. That's okay. We're back at the chariot. I like how this reading is kind of going. Then you have abuse of power. Let's see what that's about. What is this about? You said when he pulled into the driveway with a woman in his car and promptly not promptly backed out. Oh, did he hit the oh? You were at his house. So what was he gonna do? Like drop her off at McDonald's and then come? Like what? They okay. I have so many questions. You live there? Where's he going with that? Where was he going with that? Y'all live together? Okay, let's get into abuse of power because that's what it's given. Ten of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Seven of Cups. What they call it? To whom much is given, much is required. It's like because the Hierophant is coming out in a whole nother deck now. And it's like I feel like a lot of y'all have consulted with spirit like every step of the way. And that's why spirit is showing up for you in the form of the Ten of Pentacles again. And it's just Ten of Pentacles is all over this reading tonight. Because they know that you're not going to abuse the power that is being given to you because you have been being watched. You have been being tested to see if you would. And there's somebody else in there. I feel like there are others in your life who definitely would not have passed that test. Okay. Something's being given to you. Wow. Because it's like whatever you do, you've done it in love, you've done it with kindness, you've done it with others in mind, you've done it with compassion. Like you really care. Like, let's say if you're a nurse, like you really give a fuck about these people. You know what I mean? Like you remember their name. You know, it's like how many people are sitting in a hospital, ain't nobody coming to visit, you know, or if people are coming to visit, they trying to see when the person gonna go on and croak, you know, so they can get some money or you know. Thank you so much, Sean, for the 19.99. Like how many people? Thank you for the super chat, Sean. Like how many people really needed that kind word or just whatever it is. It's like people are taking God is taking note of that, of how you are and what you give. And that's why this is happening for you. Cause it's like, well, I've already seen what you would do with the little that you have, or the, you know, I ain't saying what you got is a little, but I feel like more is coming to you. A lot more is coming to you. And God has watched how you have behaved with people who have mistreated you. Like you could even have compassion for them because you know that, you know, stupid is as stupid does as stupid learned how to be from stupid. Like you may feel sorry, you know, for people who have hurt you. You may not see it. People don't get away with hurting you. So you may know, like, you could be one of them people where like children and animals and all kind of like innocent creatures like gravitate towards you. But so do like blood sucking Dracula narcissistic parasitical predators. And you didn't treat them bad either. You know, it's something like that. So it's like you're the type that people just want to bless in life. It's like either people want to hate on you and tear you down and, you know, knock you down a peg, or they may even resist you at first but end up coming over to your side because it's like, well, damn, it's not like they wrong. You know what I'm saying? You're pretty, you're showing up pretty awesome in this reading. You're showing up pretty awesome in this reading. I'm not even gonna lie. And there are a lot of people that want to drain you. Okay. There are a lot of people that want to come in and kind of interrupt this for you or be a part of this with you, or that if they were in your position, they would definitely abuse the powers that you have discovered. But as long as you have this love in your heart, as long as this is what's like at the center for you, that's just not gonna be your story. Is what I'm getting. It's just not. And everybody who comes in and tries to like veer you off of that, or, you know, comes in with the wrong intentions, will find themselves regretting that. And it's like when they do it to you, though, it's something about when they do it to you. It's like they ain't really think about it with other people, but it's something about them learning this lesson by way of doing it to you. That's when it sticks. And now you have somebody, I'm telling you, there's someone that is becoming a better person in the background of this reading. And you could be being aligned with this person, I don't know. Or because at some point you ran into this person, you're like a catalyst for a lot of people. It's something about your energy and the way you lead by example that is very cataclysmic for people that run across you. And even if it's not about the two of you coming together, it's about them crossing paths with you And because of that, they become better. And it's not like, oh, well, their acceptance speech, they're going to be like, I owe it all to the collective. No, you're going to be that. If I had never met that person in the airport, I never would have da 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 da. You're going to be the one that gets an anonymous check from somebody whose life you changed. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. It's going to be simple. It's not like you gave this person a whole bunch of money. It could have just been some free game outside smoking a cigarette on a lunch break, or like I said, a drink at the airport. One of those life-changing conversations on the plane, at the train station, at Starbucks, whatever it is. You've done that for someone, but many people have done it for you too. So it's like each one teach one. It's something like that going on in this reading too. But I mean, all this to say, you're being rewarded for your good character. For I feel like this decision of decentering and recentering was the best thing that you have ever done for yourself. For yourself, and you're about to see that pay off in a very big way. I think that's what we're getting to. Okay. And are we done with abuse of power? We are. The last card I have for you is House. So, what about the House? Is this the blessing? That's one of them. That's one of them. What about House? Be careful who you let in your home. Be careful who you let in your home. I don't want to scare you, so what are you talking about, Spirit? This may have already happened, though, to be honest with you. Maybe this is just a reminder. I'm not seeing like somebody stealing from you or anything like that, but what is the message? Give me a clear message about this. The slower you are to letting people in your home, the quicker you get to know them before you let them in your home. That's what I just heard in my head. Because you never know. And I feel like you're going to come in contact with someone. If you don't already, hell, if you already live with somebody, it might not be them. Okay, just saying. Okay, if you do and if you don't. Damn. If you do. Like I said, see, you gotta stick with your gut. That might not be the one I'm talking about, babes. Um, for a lot of you, if you already share a home with someone, that may not be the person that you continue to share a home with in the future. It could be that The situation has already run its course. If you do not share a home, baby, the devil is circling the house like, how do we get in there? How do we get in there? And you just minding your business, tending to your garden or whatever you got going on. Please wait, because most of these people just want to get in your bed. Okay? They want to get in your bed real bad. So I guess that's why it's like, okay, bless your home, protect your home. Because every time I think about this who you let in your house card, I think about sinners. Child, they contaminated out here. It's a lot of contamination going on. Okay, and anybody that's trying to rush their way into your home, probably a reason for that. Okay, so don't overthink those situations when it comes to it's your house. You know how hard you work to be there? You know how hard you work this week to have your own private sanctuary, a place where you can, it don't matter if it's big, it don't matter if it's fancy, it don't matter if it's small, it's yours. Okay? So be careful who you let in there. Nothing comes in or out uninvited. Not even a vampire. I don't know why I keep getting this vampire story. But that's why it's so important to center yourself during this time. Is that it? That's it. That's why it's so important to center yourself during this time so you can know, you know. So you can know it's scary out here, y'all. But you don't have to move in fear when your center is right, when the foundation is right, okay? So we'll do a quick all signs and then I'm shutting it down. I was here a lot longer than I thought I would be. So if you are an Aries, hey Francis, what did I say? Hey Francisca. Could be body too. What I got in my mind, the home. Yep, this is true. Who is Sammy? What y'all been talking about? If you're an Aries, your last message for this reading. There are a lot of people that think you're very lucky in life, and you may be looking outside and saying, oh, aren't they lucky? And they're looking at you saying the same thing. So, again, oh, Sammy from Sinners, duh. But anyway, they're looking at you. It's like, who's to say who's lucky? You know what I mean? It's a matter of perspective. So make sure that you keep your life into perspective and be grateful for where you are. Or there's somebody who needs to do that, you know, that's around you or that may be thinking about you. You never know what a person is actually going through. Okay. Taurus, this card came out for you in a weekly yesterday. You're embracing the fact that you're good and you're bad, and that's okay. Sometimes I'm sugar, sometimes I'm spice. Sometimes I'm mean, sometimes I'm nice. And yeah, I say continue embracing that. It is what it is. Gemini, spread the love. If you have love inside of your heart, you don't have to hold it all inside. There are a lot of people who need love, and we're not talking about sexual. We're just talking about love. You can do that without being taken advantage of. Find a creative way to do that without being taken advantage of. Cancer, if you have a question, the answer is yes. You're about to get a yes. Like there's a chance that you're going to take and it's going to turn out in your favor. It will be a yes. If you're wondering, should I take that chance? Yes. Leo, You right. Something is some bullshit and you have outgrown it and it is cramping your style and coping is not enough anymore for this situation. Whatever way you've been using to cope isn't gonna sustain you or itself, if that makes any sense. Virgo, either somebody's not okay or you're not okay, and it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to admit when you're not okay. Or somebody's going to let you know that they're not okay. It could be without you, or vice versa. Or, life is too short to act like you're okay when you're not without a particular person. So maybe you reach out. Libra, don't regret anything. Rock out with your sock out, okay? Scorpio, you may be realizing that you really can only count on yourself. I saw this video earlier that was talking about like what's a trauma response and what's this and what's that. And it's like, because they were talking about people who are hyper independent who may have and how it points back to maybe they grew up in a household where their parents weren't really paying attention to them and they just made it seem like the parents didn't love them. I'm like, how many people had parents who had to go to work? Okay, so it's like, I don't know, you may be realizing like I can only count on myself, and that's fine actually, because that's pretty much how it's been the whole time anyway. I don't know, take that how it resonates. um and be careful of somebody who is abusing their power in your life. Like, you may be kind of sleeping on a decision, but for good reason when it comes to someone in your life. And it's like, if you can only count on yourself, you might as well do it by yourself. All right, Sagittarius. Don't do it if you don't want to, Sag. That is the message. If you don't want to do it today, if you don't want to do it tomorrow, then you don't have to do it. Capricorn, don't panic. Do not panic. It's not going to help. Especially if you feel like something's creeping up behind you. Let me see, how can I say this? Because for some of y'all, this could be like a bad dream, right? And it's like Freddy Krueger's like in the dream with the long nails and shit. And it's like you can't defeat the monster until you turn around and face it. So whatever this is for you, don't panic. For some of y'all, you gonna turn around and realize it's you behind you, and you like, okay, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and change this thing about myself so I can stop having this dream, or so I can stop going through this shit. So it's like maybe your past is catching up to you, and there's something to learn from that if you stop running from it. I hope that didn't scare you. Aquarius, you have rights, Aquarius, so you may want to look deeper into something, or yeah, there's like rights that you need to exercise. Some of y'all may have lost out on, maybe if some of y'all had a flight booked with Spirit, you could have lost out on a flight. I don't know. Maybe there's some kind of loophole there. I don't know if they're giving people money back or what. But whatever this is for you, you have rights and you need to find out what they are and exercise them. Pisces, you are good enough how you are, as you are right now. So get started on whatever it is. Like, just really relax. Everything is fine and everything is going to work out for you. You're good enough as you are right now. Okay? I love y'all. I hope this helped. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Like the video if this resonated with you. Hype me up if this resonated with you. And I will see you guys in the next one. Ciao.